Hola amigos, it's me, Paul, and I'm here in Bucerias, Nayarit, Mexico. And today we are going to find out what happened to the iglesia, the church here in Bucerias. And I'm here on the lateral, and so that means it's kind of loud here on the lateral. For those of you who don't know, the lateral is the street that runs adjacent to the main highway or the main street here in Mexico. And so this would be like how you access the town. So you'd get off the highway and then get onto the lateral, and then you'd go into the town. At any rate, today we are gonna go meet up with Carlos Grimaldi, and he's a local here in Bucerias who's just about involved with everything. And I asked him if he would give me an update for the church, like what's going on, what are the plans, because recently, many of you already might know, the old church here in Bucerias was demolished. So let's go find out from Carlos what's going on. So right now it's 2:40 in the afternoon, and as you can see, it is a beautiful day. It is getting a little warmer, and you're starting to feel a little bit of that humidity, but we get these good winds that come through every afternoon and just kind of cool everything off, so it's still very nice. So many of you are familiar with this area of Bucerias. This is Nino Cafe, and then right over here you have Jack's. Jack's is a very popular bar. Lots of live music. And then you have a new addition here to the scene, which is Vicky's. And then that's the bar, and then right next to Vicky's is Yo-Yo Mo's. And Vicky's was, that area used to be part of Yo-Yo Mo's, but they recently split up the property. I'm not sure if it's the same owner or not, but seems to be working out. And then also, this area for many years, sorry about the music, there's some live music going on, but for many years, there would always be this trash just piled up out here, but thank God they put some trash bins. So that really helps keep the area nice and clean. I like that song. I just can't remember the name of the band. Oh, I like that. Oh, fish tacos. So I do apologize in advance if there is some wind noise in this video, but yeah, we get this breeze coming through in the afternoons. So I'll try to find an area where we can chat and it's not too windy. All right, there it is. All right, here we are, the man of the hour, Carlos Grimaldi. How are you?
Hello.
¿Cómo estás usted?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
This project was born in 2018, though. That's when we started it all for the first time, and we were doing just fine.
Yeah.
We were putting together funds for being able to do this, and we did, for the first time, a major project from the architectural standpoint of view. But COVID came around and it just killed all of the projects though. So remember that in 2020, everything came to a halt, especially churches, especially events where you have people together in one room. It was forbidden whatsoever. So it all went away.
Yeah.
Now here, we're back again, trying to do what we have to do, but with a little bit of an aggravation, so to speak, though. Because from 2019 to today's world, 2025, with the weather conditions that we hold today, we saw a whole lot more for damage on the integrity of the structure of the church house.
Yeah.
So we call the people from fire crews and civil association to make a diagnosis of what was the integrity of our church house, and it was well below the minimum standard of resilient
Yeah.
earthquakes or winds or any of those things. So it got shut down by the authority.
Sure.
Once it's shut down, you have to demolish it because it was bound to be a casualty if we wouldn't act on it.
Right.
So the one reason why we decided to take action on demolish the poor structure, better than 40 years and very little maintenance of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
the church was 40 years old.
40 years.
Okay.
So School of Engineers and Architects have a factor that if you have a concrete structure that's well maintained, it would last 40 to 50 years. That would be their lifespan.
So that's about what it took, right?
But this one was already 40 years old,
Uh-huh.
and the principles of construction back in those days weren't as good as what they are
Okay, yeah.
today, though.
Yeah.
So not only was a little bit of short-handed in terms of technical characteristics of the foundations and the columns and the roofs and all of those things, though.
Yeah.
If you add to it the level of saltness and humidity that there's in the ambience,
Totally.
it was really suffering, though.
Yeah. A
All
few
the
hurricanes and all that
rebars
stuff. Yeah.
and the inside explode and crack the whole concrete.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same as setting apart a muscle from the bone. It can't work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have no power whatsoever.
Sure.
So that was the critical stage that our church house, was already making and manifesting that it wasn't safe anymore.
Yeah, Danielle and I, when we got married in 2020, I had to come here because she's Catholic and I'm Christian. And so we had to come and do some classes to kind of prove that I was going to be a good husband and everything like that. And we were looking around at the building and we were thinking, this place is not in good shape.
No.
There's cracks everywhere. You could see that it wasn't well taken care of.
Yeah.
So,
it was very ancient.
Yeah.
And the integrity of the structural body, which is the columns, the deck up above, and the beams, they all were exploded.
Yeah.
That would tell you that it was kind of like the rebars had cancer.
Yeah.
They were so weak that it was bound to happen, and this is what the people from the fire and civil protection for the community came over to inspect and said this is no longer useful.
Yeah.
It's bound to have a fatality. So
some disaster, right? Yeah. Well, that's good that it got taken down then. Unfortunately, because it is a bit of a landmark here in Bucerias, right?
Yes.
It's a beautiful church. But what is the plan for the future?
Well, the plan of the future, in the alignment of what we were about to do, though, we began to develop a new project, which will take care of all these areas that you see here, though.
Okay.
If you notice, though, the area where the church is over there, though, it's far back over there, though.
Yeah.
Meaning to tell you that 35%, 40% of what was built was utilized by the church house. All the rest of it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a pretty sight seeing because there was a lot of dirt. There was people sleeping over here.
Sure.
It certainly provided a very, very bad ambient view of what the church house would be, though.
Sure.
In this case, what we're doing right now, as we were asked to by people upper hierarchy of church house in Tepic, they asked us to have a place where we can provide service like meals, like shelter, like medical care, like library, like classrooms for Sunday school.
Sunday school, yeah.
We did all that though, and then we did the temple up above. But when we had that one almost all finished, County House asked us they need to have parking areas. So we had to redo everything again and start from the bottom.
Oh wow.
And now we have to use the underground to utilize the sloping from the highway to the beach. We did a design where we would have a parking garage for at least 60 vehicles.
Holy
which
cow.
is already a given that would upgrade what we got here though.
Oh, for sure.
But it's going to require more funding, and it's going to require a little bit more of concrete and steel beams up above so that we can clear everything. It could be an ambient like if it was a theater. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Altar will be looking towards the ocean, where in the ocean you can see the altar, the priest, and the blue
cool.
of the ocean, which will be just beautiful, beautiful.
That sounds great. So you have to build a parking garage.
Oh yeah, first
Wow.
of all, that's
Yeah.
that's phase one of our project.
Where is the parking garage going to be from where we're standing? Up towards the highway?
The whole rectangular shape that we got here, it's going to be one floor down.
Okay.
Underneath the garage, and then we will put level over there and 2 more stories high.
Wow. So this is going to be a big project.
Oh, it is. It is a big project.
Yeah.
But it is a project that looks after the community, not only the church house as a religion. It's designed to help the community as best as we can.
That's awesome. And so about how long is the project? When is the completion date going to be?
I'd say that under normal conditions it'd be 2 years.
Okay.
2 years out. So
Yeah.
here, the issue of it is the funding. How the funding comes over, that would dictate whether it's 2 years or 2 years and a half. But give or take, we figure 2 years would be okay.
Okay. Very good. And what exactly is your involvement? Because I know probably just about a year ago, you messaged me, hey Paul, can you do some drone photos of the church? We're gonna do some, renovations or something like that. And so I gave you those photos. So I figured you were involved, but what exactly is your involvement?
Well, I get involved as a builder on one side, and on the other side, we do a whole lot of funding, gathering the donations for the community, looking into the restaurants, looking into the hotels, looking into the service providers,
Sure.
looking into the people that serves like concrete, like rebars, like bricks, all of it though.
Yeah.
We have to understand that in the community, this has been a blessed area because it can provide activity for many people, and our community have jobs, we have development, and we have things coming our way though.
Yeah.
So what we're banking on it is that all those economic activities in the near and the region though would help us a bit, either with 1 ton of concrete or either with bricks or with rebars. This is a community issue, and as a community we have to gather to be effective and have something that we would call, this is the symbol of our religion or our pride in Bucerias.
Yeah, right.
Bucerias is no longer a little old town.
Right.
Bucerias is a big town with a whole lot of building going on.
That's right.
At least we would have something that would provide the level of opportunity to have weddings, to have ceremonies, family ceremonies, to have Easter ceremonies, to have the Christmas area in a beautiful ambience.
Right.
So this is something that will change the landmark on Bucerias. Bucerias will have to be pretty all over again, which is what we are so proud of.
Yeah. Give Bucerias a little facelift, huh?
Oh yeah.
And I think this area in general here in the plaza, for many years I'm like, when are we gonna give this a little facelift, give it a little upgrade, because you go to other plazas in other towns and they have beautiful landscaping and everything's well taken care of. And as much as I do like the plaza here, it's a little dirty, it's a little old. The gardening, the landscaping could be improved a lot. And so I think it just needs a little love. And
With love, and one thing that is highly noticeable, and I hope the community understands, everyone is going to be benefited
yeah,
by this beautiful building.
For sure.
Because people would love to come here, make it look clean, make it look organized, make it bright. Though this would be what we're so excited about. We want to have the pride of have a Mexican town the way it is.
Yes.
Clean and pretty. But we have to be disciplined. We have to be organized.
yeah, I agree. And I think that when, people come to Bucerias, some people, they come from Canada, they come from United States, and Bucerias is the only place they come to. So in a way, it could represent Mexico in a lot of
It
people's
is.
minds.
It
So
is, though.
it's good to have some pride in your town and let that resonate when people go to Bucerias. They I want them to think, wow, what a lovely town.
You
right?
know, back in the days though, I would travel to different places where I worked for, and people would say, where did you come from? Bucerias. Where is that one though?
Yeah,
They know Sayulita, they know Puerto Vallarta, but they didn't know Bucerias.
yeah,
Now everyone
That's
is
on the
knowing
map.
Bucerias, and
Yeah.
Bucerias is a beautiful Mexican village.
right. So I think we have to rise to the occasion, right?
We got to work to raise the occasion.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, right on. While I have you here, because I think you covered it, do you have, because you're involved with everything, pretty much, from what I can tell,
Yes.
whether you like it
That's
or
my
not.
nature.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Yeah.
I love it though.
How's Casa De La Paz doing? Because I know a lot of people who watch the channel are wondering, and they see you and they associate you with Casa De La Paz. So do you have any updates for Casa De La Paz?
Yes, we got as a game plan, and we should be ready to open for operation in the month of June.
Oh, okay.
Mid-June, late part of June,
Wow. Okay.
we have to be open doors and celebrate the success of it. So this morning we had an interview with the expert on operational basis of a retirement home. They came very successful, very happy, and very, very happy of the dimensions of the retirement home we built. Though.
Awesome.
Little changes here, little things that we have to adjust because it is meant to be for older people, and they need certain precautions. Like you don't swing the door open it like we normally do. It
Right.
had to open outwards.
Okay.
And I say, how come outwards? It's for safety reasons.
Okay.
Everything has got a safety factor when you build a retirement home, so that it could be more friendlier, safer for the people that it's in there and the people that runs it.
Right.
So it's very nice. We're very enthusiastic about that one though.
Yeah.
Because we finally getting there though.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I hope we can expedite the retirement home because I may be member number one though. I'm getting old myself.
It wouldn't be a bad place to retire.
Oh no.
It's going to be nice.
It's a nice place,
Yeah.
and ambient. It's the weather has changed so much over there. Though it's windy all the time.
Yeah.
Everything is green, and people that'll buy is good people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're friendly. They're
Absolutely.
okay,
It's a lovely town.
and they're proud of their new retirement home. Though it'll be the first Ejido that has their road retirement facility. So,
Muy bien. Okay, Carlos. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Paul, it's good to see you
It's been a
again.
pleasure. What do you guys think?
Oh, grill, it's beautiful. And Carlos has got such a good imagination, and he's such a good builder.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be
you're
great.
talking about how it's going to look.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I haven't seen too much of it. What kind of style is the new church going to have?
Well, the worship area is going to be up on this top floor,
Uh-huh.
and the priest will be at this
Looking
end,
this
and
way.
it'll be all glass.
Oh, that's gonna
so
be
you
cool.
can see the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Won't that be beautiful?
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool.
I thought
Might
it
make me want to actually go to church, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, well, if that's what it takes,
Yeah.
the Lord can do mysterious things, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Where are you guys from?
Canada,
Okay.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Right on. Are you here on vacation?
Yeah, we spend the winter here.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we just live over by where Carlos has his condos and.
Refugio del
Yeah.
Mar.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
So we know him
Yeah,
really good.
As a friend, yeah.
awesome. Well, nice to meet you. I'm Paul.
Yeah, I'm Daryl.
Daryl?
Myra.
Myra, great to meet you. All right, so that was our little chat with Carlos. What do you guys think? For me, it's a little sad to see that old church destroyed, but if you don't take care of something, it does fall apart, and it sounds like it was in pretty bad shape, so it had to come down. I'll have to take a look at the renderings. I haven't actually seen them, too many of them yet, but Carlos is going to share those with me. What do you guys think of the new design? Let me know in the comments below.
And here's something else. If you've been driving around the Bahía de Banderas recently, you've probably noticed those new blinking dividers in the middle of the road. These are solar-powered LED lane markers, also called illuminated lane delineators. They're designed to help improve visibility, especially at night or during heavy rain. So between these modern road upgrades and the plans for a brand new church to replace the one that was recently torn down, it's clear that change is happening in our community. Some of it might feel bittersweet, but it's also a sign of growth, investment, and the progress here in the Bahía de Banderas. And once again, thank you, Carlos, for sharing your time with us today. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. De mi familia a la tuya, Dios te bendiga.